Hello, Capybara crew. Welcome back to the Casa, and welcome back to First Impression Friday. This is combo First Impression Friday, Frightening Friday, because we are playing the demo for the Seance of Blake Manor. Let's read what the Steam store has to say, as usual. So this is an adventure puzzle clicker 2D dark fantasy game, and our Steam store says, Halloween 1897. A group of mystics from across the globe gather in the west of Ireland to rip open the veil between worlds and speak directly with the dead. On the run-up to the seance, Evelyn Dean goes missing. Detective Ward is summoned to find her and uncover the culprit before the seance takes place in 48 hours. Every action he takes brings the event closer. Can he save her in time? Enter the Manor. In the Seance of Blake Manor demo, you'll experience the first 2 playable in-game hours. You'll be introduced to the investigation, interrogation, and the deduction mechanics, introduced to the cast of characters who'll be staying with you, and introduced to the haunting Blake Manor. We will not be playing the full 2 hours. Become the detective. You will arrive at Blake Manor, check in, and begin your investigation by solving the first mystery, October 28th, 2300. Explore a small section of the manor grounds and tackle an environmental puzzle. Meet the cast of characters and investigate 2 of them, October 29th from 8 to 9. Confront a character after investigating them. Influence other characters in the story. Developers describe the mature content as references to violence, murder, drug, and alcohol abuse. So if those are triggering for you, there's your trigger warning. Let's go ahead and see what this demo is all about. I'm so excited. Hello? Hold on. Here we go. There we go. Okay. Content warning. Seance of Blake Manor is a gothic folk horror and as such touches on a lot of human tragedies experienced throughout history. Every effort's been taken to find a balance between authenticity and sensitivity with the language used. In some cases, viewer discretion may be advised. What are our options? Turn the music down. Master volume up. Whoops. Music down. Okay. Gameplay. Oh, let's do dot to dot. Interface, text scroll. That's all fine. Graphics. Controls. WASD. Control to crouch. Shift to sprint. Space F5. Okay. This looks good. New game. Start a new game. Yep. We don't have a different game, so. Dublin, Ireland, 1897.
Mr. Ward.
I waste no time, as there's none for wasting. I write from Blake Manor in Colorado. Yesterday a guest went missing. A young woman named Evelyn Dean. Everyone here carries on as if nothing has happened. She has not left. Of that I am sure. This envelope contains £200. Please, sir, accept this money and come quick, for I fear she's not long for this world. A further £300 will be paid out, if you find her alive. I know the west of Ireland might well be the far side of the world for its distance from you, but there's no one else to turn to. I hear you are an honourable man, a steadfast investigator, and perhaps most importantly, godly. I pray for the girl that this is true.
The Seance of Blake Manor. So exciting. I'm going to turn the music down even further. It's still quite loud compared to the voices. Day 1, Friday, October 29th, 11 p.m., Blake Manor Courtyard. Okay, hold on. Options. Oh no, it's first person. The manor is miles from Gofford, miles from anywhere. Without a horse, there's nowhere to go. You move faster by running, press shift to run. You'll move slower when crouching, press scroll to crouch. Settings can be altered in options, press hold to proceed. A not uncommon centerpiece is a plate such as this. That's the same, okay. Hello? Is somebody there? Ooh. I can't. I'm seeing things. The lateness of the hour and the long day of travel must have my nerves on edge. Still, perhaps I will ask. You can check all the evidence you find in records. Press 2 to access records. Records contain a catalog of all the evidence Ward has gathered during his investigation. Some evidence can be examined or analyzed for further information. You can examine your hiring letter, for example. Hold to proceed. I thought I saw a woman washing clothes in the fountain in front of the manor, built on Concord land by Edward Blake in 1655. A map of the area is several miles around. It is dated but fit for purpose. My luggage hastily packed. Photograph of Miss Evelyn Dean. She looked to be in her 20s. And then there's the letter. Okay. I want to look at the fountain. I want to look at the damp garment. There's something in the fountain where I thought I saw that woman. A shawl? I've got a bad feeling about this place. I mean, to be fair, it seems as though you should. So far, so good on the first person. Locked. I hear a horse in the distance. The manor stable, perhaps? I want to look at everything out here first. A bronze statue of a lady. It's not that old. A few years, perhaps? Dedication to Mary Blake, the Marquis's wife. Though taken from us too soon, she will live on in our hearts and lives through her kind and charitable deeds. Okay. So now I can press 2. Okay, here we go. Late wife of our host, Jonathan Blake. Mary Blake, the Marquis's wife, had recently passed. Marquis Blake appears to have loved his wife greatly. Even in death, she influences his life. Such control sends a shiver down my spine. So wait. They look very similar. Okay. Oops. Anything on this side? A barrel of rusty-colored rainwater. Can I look at any of the windows? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. Alright, time to enter the manor. I should check with the front desk for any information on Miss Dean's whereabouts. Time is of the essence if you're to solve the mystery of Blake Manor. Time advances when Ward interacts with objects and characters. You have until midnight tonight to resolve the mystery of Miss Dean's departure. You'll be free to further explore the manor in the coming days. Turnips with carved faces, glowing embers placed inside. Horrifying things. There's nobody around. I could ring the reception bell or spend a moment taking in the place first. You may record your goals and progress in the mystery map. Press 1 to access this. I've arrived at the manor to confirm Miss Dean was here and no longer present. Was the manner of her leaving cause for concern? Each mystery contains evidence and leads. Evidence provides information for your investigation. Leads provide guidance and avenues for investigation. Selecting a connection reveals context for why two notes are connected. We must have been summoned here for a reason. Just ring the bell so I can speak to the manager at check-in. It's even later than I thought. That's it. A listing of guest activities planned for this event. You can analyze people, documents, and certain items. Move the magnifying glass to hunt for observations. There's a mass ball tomorrow evening at 9 p.m. in the ballroom. On Sunday evening, the grand seance takes place in the hedge maze at 9 p.m. On Sunday, there's a silent dinner at 8 p.m. in the dining room. Talks held daily in the drawing room, located in the west corridor. Information on talks to be posted outside the room each morning. Okay. There's faint smell of burnt paper in the air here. Used to type incoming messages from the guests for the guests. Paper imprinted with the Blake family crest. Ink and envelopes, presumably for writing letters. A copy of How the Other Half Lives. It seems to be a book of photojournalism of the Americas. What was that? Defenders of the national education system highlight that in the 60 years since it was established, we've seen an increase in national literacy rates, resulting in almost 86% literacy rate. However, detractors from the program point out that the rise in these figures is heavily impacted by both the death toll of the famine and the resultant mass of emigration, both of which affect the poorer parts of society more than the richer, more educated ones. Furthermore, census data indicates a high volume of citizens, especially women, who can read but not write, a distinction not accounted for in the previously mentioned figure of 86%. Taking these elements into account, it's fair to say the literacy rates, especially when accounting for both reading and writing, fall well below the stated figure for the average citizen and decline further from Dublin one gets. I'm gonna look at this because they definitely typed something. An esseo sil amach. Could have sworn this page was blank, but instead there's something here in Irish. If only the language hadn't been taken from us. Seems to be stationary. Ink, paper for the machines, and so on. It seems somebody was trying to follow these instructions. But what's the required output voltage? Pulse's primary means of communication with the outside world. The smell of burning is stronger over here. The machine does not seem to be working. I can't see anything of note in here. There's nothing I can see from here that would be causing the burnt smell in the room. Seems to be stationary, ink, paper for the machines, and so on. Okay. Okay. Oh! Oh my god! Book. This book about those carved turnips. Jack-o'-lanterns are turnips with faces carved into them. Embers are placed inside to give them a glowing effect. They're supposed to ward off evil spirits. They're based on Stingy Jack, a drunk who tricked the devil. After a night's drinking with the devil, he convinced the fiend to climb a tree. He then carved a cross into the tree's trunk, and Old Nick was trapped. Jack only let him down once he promised to never claim his soul. When he died, Jack wasn't allowed into heaven for his generally sinful ways. But the devil held true to his word and didn't let Jack into hell either, so he was left to wander the earth for eternity. Old Nick sent him on his way with only an ever-burning lump of coal from hell itself to light his way. To save his hands, he put the coal into a turnip and has been roaming the lands ever since. Supposedly, other spirits see the lanterns and think it's the real Jack and run for the fear he tricks them too. And I hear they've taken the tradition to America but use pumpkins instead. I can't see it being as eerie somehow. A newspaper from 2 years ago, talking of a local fair and the positive impact it had on the area. Roaring fire, it's good to be able to warm myself up, but I'll keep my distance. Water. Refreshments. Water seems frigid even for this weather. Grand Seance. 31st October 1897. The Grand Seance, a gathering of intellects interested in esoteric matters, regardless of sex, color, or creed. Join renowned mystics Carmela Mantovani as she leads us in the most advanced crossing of the veil as yet witnessed by mortal man. No wobbling tables, distant moans, or questionable planchettes here. See the spirit for yourself, and better yet, speak with it directly. What's going on here? Some attempt to talk with a ghost? It cannot be possible. I've heard of seances before, but always a spirit speaks through a medium, a person, or object. Surely all fraudulent, and spiritually dubious. What on earth was Evelyn Dean doing here? Her father did not strike me as a spiritual man, nor one who would allow his child to stray so far from his sight that she could end up here, of all places. Who was this woman? Okay. When interacting with a person or object, you may have more than one action to choose from. Use the mouse to navigate between actions. Place. Might as well leave this here. Let's leave luggage to the poltergeist to it. Okay, I can't actually look at my luggage. Random issues, each focusing on how peaceful the region is. Letters from Mr. Dupree. Mr. Dupree. He's half-heartedly inquiring about a business. Photo of him outside the manor is included. His expression is flat. This letter is written in a swirly script that I think may be Middle Eastern. A personal letter from a Victoria Lau. It has no reference to the manor or a planned event whatsoever. If I want to determine whether anything suspicious happened to Miss Dean before I retire for the night, I'm running out of time. Perhaps I should start by checking in. I mean, I guess. If you insist.
Yes?
Hello, I'm Declan Ward. I telegrammed ahead.
I see. We did not receive your message, Mr. Ward. Our telegraph machine is broken. Regardless, I am Vincent Varley, the manager here. We are quite full at present, but we can fit you in. I'll send word that her room should be prepared, and I'll show you to it as soon as is possible. It shall be no later than midnight. But first, we require our guests to sign in, if you would.
Only one guest is signed in with an X, meaning this gathering has an unusually high literacy rate. Person X and Father Lorcan Sinnott signed in after Miss Dean reportedly went missing. She examined the book before signing. I am. Oh. Miss Dean signed the registration book a few days ago. There's a lot of names here, all signed within the last week. More than I thought there'd be. Excluding myself and Miss Dean, there are 17 others currently staying at the hotel. Record of who arrived and departed and when. I noticed Miss Dean did not sign out.
I see you're busy for somewhere so remote, though it seems quiet around here.
Come on.
The Seance has brought great many visitors, it's true. Most have retired early to be ready for the weekend ahead.
Ah, yes, the Seance. I noticed the Miss Dean's name signing in. Does that happen to be Evelyn Dean?
It is. Rather, it was. I'm afraid she's not staying with us any longer. Were you hoping to meet her?
I was. She's, left already.
She has, yes. Can I help with anything else?
You can engage in conversation with characters by discussing evidence from your records. Certain responses will reveal new information, exposing more about the characters and their mysteries. Discussing topics will consume time. Select Discuss Evidence to ask Mr. Varley about Miss Dean. I'm sorry, but did you say Miss Dean departed already? Yes, Tuesday night, perhaps Wednesday morning. Her letter said she had to leave on short notice. Letter? Ah, in truth, she took her luggage and left in the middle of the night. In the morning, we found only a letter and her payment at the front desk. Would that be usual for her? I could not say, sir. It's the first time she stayed here. Looks like you've gone to some trouble with this event. The seance is the first of its kind. It seemed prudent to put some expense into the event. What makes this seance distinct from any others? Well, I simply run the hotel and would not be the best source of an in-depth explanation, but I'll try my best. A typical seance only allows limited communication with a ghost, limited in that the medium is needed, a host, device, etc. It is believed that the right time of year with the right collection of people gathered, a more direct form of communication can be achieved. And so those people have been gathered here at Seance, where and when the veil is thinnest, to see if that's true. As I say, that is the belief. Whether you believe it, Mr. Ward, is up to you. I've been noticing some strange things going on around the manor. Don't concern yourself. I suspect most occurrences are just a matter of exaggerated stories among the guests. Anything else is, well, it's an old house, and no harm has ever come of its tricks. You'll think me quite mad, Mr. Varley, but I saw a woman washing something in the fountain. I can assure you that our facility has a full laundry. Nothing is washed in the fountain. Perhaps you saw... being nigh? It would be fitting for the time of year and the gathering here, though unfortunate for whoever's clothes were being washed. What can you tell me about Mary Blake? The Marchioness Blake was a kind woman and a dedicated mother. Her death came as a deeply tragic shock to all of us in the manor. The Marquis and his son were naturally never the same. No doubt that is the reason the seance is taking place now. What can you tell me about the manor? Well, it was built in the mid-1600s on land awarded to Edward Blake for his part in the Cromwellian conquest of Ireland. It has since been passed down through generations of the Blake family and has survived any number of tragedies. Marquis Jonathan Blake is the latest in the line to hold the title, with him and his son, young Master Walter, being the last two members of the line. It was the Marquis's initiative to open the manor as a hotel in 1870 to pull the place through the difficult post-famine years. That's all I could say, though I suspect there's more information in the library should you care for more. You mentioned the telegraph machine is down. It is. Likely the storm shorted the battery. Terrible timing. I tried to wire up a replacement, but have had no luck. I'll have the groundsman look in the morning. And then the map is the last thing. So much to do outside the manor. Refreshments can be requested on the patio. Many of our guests enjoy walking the grounds, and there's a hedge maze for your enjoyment. Mr. Hunter also offers horse riding lessons, though I believe those are booked out now. But if you're asking if there's anything outside the grounds, no. Galford, the town you took the carriage from, is our closest point of contact. I'm sure you'll find the hotel offers everything you could need during your stay with us. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner are served in the dining room. There's a well-stocked library, a bar, and a drawing room for relaxation, which includes a variety of games and records for your entertainment. Sadly, the bathhouse is closed at this time of year. The water is too cold to heat. And usually we have the telegraph room for communication. I'm sure it will be repaired soon. Crack in his glasses. They must be difficult to see through. The damage must be recent, or surely he'd have had them fixed. Unhappy expression. He looks profoundly displeased. Is it with me or something else? Hand on the pocket watch. He keeps checking his pocket watch. He's either pressed for time, ruled by routine, or both. You're all right, sir. You look rather perturbed. I'm perfectly fine. My mind is on the hotel and event. Of course. Did you happen to drop your glasses? It is nothing, sir. They're serviceable. I'll have them replaced after the event. Are you very busy, sir? I notice you're holding your pocket watch there. These events do not run themselves, and the manor's success depend on tight scheduling.
I need nothing else, thank you.
Then please wait here. The staff will prepare your room. I'll be back to show you to it shortly. Now, if you will excuse me, with the telegraph machine broken, I have delivery orders to write for the morning. If you need me again, you know how to summon me.
So Miss Dean was here, but left. Her date of departure does line up with the letter I received. It would be good to see the letter she left behind. It seems my cutoff for investigating is at midnight. I should get a move on. By exploring and interacting with items, you can progress the investigation. To see which objects you can interact with, hold down space to enable detective vision. The Grand Seance, a gathering intellects interest in esoteric matter, color creed. Okay, we've already... This is the same as was on the sign. Discs. These discs must be part of the telegraph machine Master Riley was trying to get working. He seemed quite vexed at having to prepare orders by hand as a result. Maybe if I can assist in its repair, he'll warm to me. A paper from 3 years ago. The main story is the carriage accident that resulted in the death of the Marquis's wife. An assortment of trashy romance novels. blasted cold. Mr. Hunter had best get on with fixing that window soon. Okay. Bucks of salt used to absorb moisture from the coats and boots kept here. Boots for use by the guests. There are average size boots, larger ones and smaller ones. Coats left to dry. Okay. Emptied luggage of the hotel's guests. Ordinary vent, except there seems to be something stuck inside. The grate is fastened firmly to the wall. I can't get it out. Okay. Luggage room. Telegraph room. Manager's office?
Sir, this area is for staff only. I would kindly ask you to leave this room. If you need assistance, you can ring the bell in the lobby.
Okay. Alright. So we've been everywhere. Can we go in here? Hush, Biba. It's locked. I assume it will be unlocked when the porter arrives. This L skull must be dated 10,000 years or more. That's it? Beautiful landscape paint. Wait, is there a man drowning in this picture? Whoops. Can't look at the picture. Okay, let's see if we can't fix the telegraph machine. White, yellow, blue, yellow, blue, yellow, blue. Copper disc, electrolyte bridge, zip disc. Okay, so orange, white, blue. Repair. Okay. Some of the battery right voltage power to the telegraph machine. Just need the right number of discs in the right order. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's orange. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not working. I must have the wrong order or amount of discs. Oh, that's 4 volts. So, okay, so orange, white, blue. Oops. 5, orange, white, blue is 6. Battery seems to be working. The telegraph machine now has a hum to it. I should tell the manager.
May I be of service, Mr. Ward?
Your telegraph machine seems to be functional.
Is that so? Mr. Hunter must have slipped in unnoticed and fixed it. Then you'll have to excuse me. I have messages to send ahead of tomorrow. I will be in the telegraph room should you need me. You shouldn't be waiting much longer for your room, I assure you. It will be ready by midnight at the latest. What the hell? What are you doing rifling around in here? Get out, Mr. Ward. You are no longer welcome here. You may wait outside the gate while your things are gathered and brought to you.